Hello and Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is my new Happiness Valley at Rehan School, our campus and foundation level batch 2. So today I'm going to take an interview of Maya on whatever topic. So hello, Assalamu alaikum Maya. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm doing great. It's good to be back in the Happiness Valley. I'm ready when you are. Let's dive into the world of whatever.
Okay, so my first question is, what does the word whatever usually mean in everyday conversation?
In a literal sense, it just means anything or no matter what. But in everyday conversation, it's rarely that simple. It's often used as a way to dismiss something or to show that you've just stopped caring about the details of a discussion. It's the verbal version of a shrug.
Okay, so why is whatever associated in indifference or lack of interest?
I think it comes down to the fact that it's a conversation stopper. When you say whatever, you're basically telling the other person that the topic isn't worth the effort of a real response. It signals that you've checked out of the exchange, which naturally feels like indifference to the person on the receiving end.
Okay, so how has the meaning and use of whatever changed over time?
It's evolved from a helpful word to a bit of a social weapon.
Okay,
Originally, it was just a flexible term for any choice, like saying whatever you want for dinner. But as it moved into more casual, youthful speech, it picked up that edge of rebellion.
so
It
in,
became a way to push back,
I
like
guess
the classic, exactly, that I roll in whatever combo is practically a universal language for I'm done with this conversation. Do you think people still use it that way, or has it shifted again?
I think so.
It's a powerhouse of a word. It's one of those things that can completely change the energy of a room depending on how you say it.
Okay,
I'm
so in
curious,
what
do you find
situations
it
can
more
saying whatever be considered rude or disrespectful?
pretty much any time there's an expectation of a sincere answer? If someone is sharing something important or trying to resolve a conflict and you hit them with a whatever, it feels like you're brushing their feelings aside. It's especially risky in professional settings or with people you really respect because it can come across as arrogant or just plain dismissive.
Okay, so can the word whatever ever have a positive or neutral meaning? Can you give some examples?
It definitely can. It definitely can. It all depends on the vibe. For example, if a friend is stressing over which movie to watch and you say, whatever you pick is fine with me, it actually feels supportive. It shows you trust their judgment and you're just happy to hang out. Turns from being dismissive to being flexible and easygoing.
Okay, so how does tone of voice affect the meaning of the word whatever?
Tone is everything with this word. A soft, airy whatever can sound like you're being flexible or relaxed, but a sharp, short whatever with a downward inflection, that's where the attitude lives. It's the difference between I'm easy and I'm totally over this.
Okay, so what messages are you trying to convey through the phrase a journey through indifference?
I'm a little confused by that phrase. Sounds like it might be a specific title or a quote you're using for your project. Could you tell me a bit more about where that phrase comes from or what it's referring to?
Um, uh, okay, if you don't,
No rush.
skip this question. So let's move on to the next
Right.
question. How can frequent use of whatever affect relationships and communications?
If it becomes a habit, it can really wear a relationship down. When one person constantly uses whatever, the other often starts to feel like their voice doesn't matter. It creates this wall where honest communication just stops happening because the other person is tired of being dismissed. Over time, that lack of engagement can turn into a real lack of trust.
Okay, so what are some better alternatives to whatever when expressing disagreements politely?
It depends on what you're actually trying to say. If you're trying to be flexible, something like, I'm happy with whatever you decide, or it's up to you, works great. But if you're feeling frustrated and want to end the conversation without being rude, you could try, I don't think we're seeing eye to eye right now. So let's take a break. Or even, I'm not sure how to respond to that.
Okay, so do you think the widespread use of whatever reflects changing attitudes in modern society? Why or why not?
I think it might. I We live in a world that's incredibly fast-paced and saturated with information. Sometimes the sheer volume of things we're expected to care about is overwhelming, so whatever becomes a shortcut for mental survival, it's a way to filter out the noise. But the flip side is that it can reflect a trend toward superficiality, where it's easier to dismiss a complex conversation than to actually lean into the discomfort of a disagreement.
Okay, so
It's a tricky.
thank you very much, Maya, for answering these questions and giving your precious time to us. Thank you very much.
You are so welcome. It was a pleasure being part of your interview again. I hope your audience loves this one.
Yes, so thank you everyone for watching this video and enjoying. I hope you all enjoyed it. Allah Hafiz.
Of